Hey guys, and thank you so much for joining me in this video. Today I'm going to show you the 3 new Dior Backstage Face Glow palettes, and this is going to be a first impression review. I'm going to swatch them, compare them for you, and also I'm going to be using them on my face today. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome. I'm Angela and I love talking about luxury, beauty and fragrances. Please make sure to subscribe and don't forget to turn the notification bell on so that you don't miss future videos. If you're a regular to my channel, welcome back, dear friends. You know that I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I am very curious to try these Dior Backstage Glow Face palettes. I love the Dior Backstage Glow Face palettes and I really like the way Peter Phillips does highlighters, so that's why I was very tempted to get all 3 of them, and today I'm going to be showing them to you. So let's go ahead and get started. So I decided to take a few hours before filming this video because I wanted to really play with the palettes, swatch them, see how they look, and I wanted to really feel how they are going to apply. And the rose gold palette is definitely going to be suitable for anyone who has fair, pale skin tone like me, because all of the colors are very soft and they don't have big chunky glitter or anything like that. All of the colors are very soft and very beautiful. I'm going to try using them also on my eyes. I'm definitely going to do full review of each of the palettes as I start using them a lot more, but today is like a first impression. So this palette I think is perfect for anyone who has fair skin tone, pale skin tone. If you have skin tone that is similar to mine, even paler, I think this palette is going to be beautiful. The gold palette is definitely very suitable for anyone who would like to have gold highlighter. I think it's going to be very suitable for the festive season. You may create different looks with it, but generally you have to like gold, and also I think that it's going to look beautiful on the eyes as well. And I think that the gold palette is going to be most suitable for anyone who has kind of medium skin tone with olive undertones or warm undertones. I think that these people, I think that if you are cool, if you have cool undertones, probably this palette is not going to be the best choice for you. It's all up to you, of course, but that's the feel that I'm getting as I started to play with the palettes for a few hours. And then the most interesting palette is the darkest palette, and this is Copper Gold. And this was the palette that I was most interested in. And I'm very happy that Dior decided to do this palette, because this palette is actually going to look absolutely gorgeous. And to anyone who has deeper, kind of more rich skin tone, I think this is going to be absolutely beautiful. For me, this is going to be mainly eyeshadows, and also I'm going to use the bronzers. I'm going to use the other shades as bronzer. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Now, after swatching them, I want to show you how they look on my face. So for my face today, I'm going to be using the palest rose gold palette on this part of my face. And I'm going to start with this highlighter here, which is kind of a very pale, pearly pink highlighter. I think this is going to suit very nice my skin tone. And yes, I'm right. And you can see that I'm right. It applies very beautifully and very softly, and it doesn't have chunky glitter. But as I'm looking at in the mirror right now, on my face I can definitely see a pinkish hue, a pinkish color right here on my cheeks. So it's not completely transparent. I see a little bit of pink, but it matches perfectly my skin tone. And I'm going to be using the pink color as a blush. And as I start dipping my brush into the palettes, the patterns are very easily ruined. So let me go ahead and try that. So it doesn't look exactly like blush. You can see that I'm not getting a lot of color. So these are mainly highlighters. So if you intend to use this as blush, it's definitely not going to show up a lot like blush. So check this out. I was actually expecting that this is going to show a lot darker, kind of a more intense pink on my cheeks, but it doesn't show as intense. So, okay, so right now when I look at myself straight in the mirror, I can see a pink highlighter on my cheek. It looks very interesting, but you have to be okay with having pink highlighter on the cheek. So it's definitely not a blush. You cannot use this as a blush. Or you can use this as a blush, but still it's the kind of a highlighter blush. Okay, so you can see how this palette looks on my cheek. And now let's go ahead and try. I want to try also the gold palette to show you how this is going to look on my face. And for highlighter, I'm going to be using this color here because this color is a little bit more like, it feels a little bit more glittery. So I think that I'm going to go for highlighter, I'm going to go for this color here. And I think definitely this palette is not going to be for me. I think for this palette is going to look more beautiful on someone who has kind of a gold to olive undertones. Okay, you can see how it looks. And big surprise here, actually it looks quite natural. Let me see. I can definitely see the gold color, but it is surprisingly natural. And all of the other shades, I can't use them on my face. And now on this cheek, I want to see how this palette is going to perform as bronzer. So I'm not sure for which color, but I'm probably going to go for the darkest color and just going to go lightly, or actually, it's going to be a bit too dark. I'm actually going to mix the two colors together. Take a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I'm going to tap it on my hand and just let's try and see if I can use this as a bronzer. Okay guys, so here we go. It does look a bit dirty, I have to warn you. I'm not very attracted. So if you have pale skin tone like me, I'm going to update you in one of my next videos because I'll keep using this palette and I'll keep experimenting a little bit more at home. But so far, it doesn't look very natural on me. Somehow it looks a little bit dirty, probably because these are kind of highlighters. And this is definitely the palette that is not, let's be honest, this is definitely not the kind of palette that was made for my skin tone, but I was very tempted to get this one to show you swatches, and also I want to use it on my eyes. I know that I want to use this palette on my eyes, so let's go ahead and try this on my eyes now. Okay, so I'm going to try and see how this color is going to look on my eyes. And I'm just going to take this with finger because these are still highlighters and I don't think that I'm going to get much of a coverage. And it looks so pretty. I can already tell that it looks so nice and so beautiful. I love using the Dior Backstage Glow Face palettes on my eyes as well. Especially if you want to have that very quick makeup. And you can see that it looks so pretty and beautiful. And then I'm going to be using this shade in the inner corner of my eye. And then I'm going to use this one in the crease. Okay, and this is the finished look with the eyes. And I have to say that I'm quite happy with the result. Just as I expected, this is a really nice eyeshadow for me. However, it is quite sheer. So if you're the kind of person who likes very intense colors and highly pigmented eyeshadows, you might not like to use this on the eyes, but I used this shade here in the inner corners of my eyes and on top of this color, and it gives amazingly beautiful sparkle, which unfortunately on camera it cannot be seen, but in real life it looks absolutely amazing. It looks like that bejeweled eyes. Okay, I'm still in the mood for Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadow palette, but it does give that bejeweled eyes. Specifically this color here, because it is a little bit more glittery and it looks so flattering and so beautiful on the eyes. Now here I would actually apply black liquid eyeliner, but I don't have the time right now. Still, I'm quite happy with the result, and yeah, so you can see how it looks on one side. Okay, so now bottom line, I'm definitely going to keep using all three palettes and I'm going to update you in one of my next videos. Definitely this one is the one that suits best my skin tone. This one looks beautiful on the eyes, but if you like sheer makeup on the eyes, otherwise I think that this is going to be absolutely fabulous on someone who has more rich skin tone. So I'm really happy with my purchases. However, I must say that with this palette, I had the expectation that actually this pink color here, I had the expectation that this is going to be like a beautiful pink blush. It's not really a blush. You can see that I don't look blushed. I look like I applied highlighter that has pinkish color on my cheeks, but it still looks like highlighter. On me, it doesn't look like blush. Now, when I look at myself right in front of the mirror and here, exactly where I applied the blush, the pink color, it does look pink, but it looks like a pink highlighter. And it doesn't look exactly pink, but it has a little bit of gold, it has a little bit of purple, it has that kind of a multi-chromatic effect. Okay guys, so that was all for today's video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video, and please don't forget to let me know in the comments below which one of these palettes is calling your name, and are you planning to purchase any of these Dior Backstage Glow Face palettes. Take care, bye!